Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jens, and today I'm building a little Anoxic filter basket. I saw that some people on YouTube and on Google, they're really convinced, or they're advertising this kind of filter system, and I just wanted to give it a go. Apparently, what they're saying is that the way this Anoxic filter basket works is it removes the nitrate out of the water, and because of the differently charged materials you use, you're using two materials in the basket. One is zeolite, that is known for removing ammonia out of the water. I'm not interested in that. My filter basket is placed at the end of the filter system, where basically all the bacteria already worked on the ammonia and just leaving nitrate and nitrates behind. So the zeolite in the filter basket plus another sort of rock, it's called laterite, in combination, when the water flows through it, the polarity, because of those two rocks, the way I understand it is, it sounds quite complicated, but that's the way they explain it to me, or to everyone, is that those two rocks and the different polarities are removing or taking apart the nitrate. So I'm very curious about it, and that's why I like to I give it a go. I'm always up to a bit of experimenting. So, and it can't harm. In worst case, I just take the basket back out, and that's it. Yeah. So I will let you take part in how I'm building it or making it, put it together, and then over the course of the next few months, or in the coming summer, I'll let you share the progress and the results, if it really does what it's promising. And it might not work for me, because the way I do it, and everyone in this who has shown it on YouTube and or Google and explained it, this is sometimes a bit different. They're using several baskets in rows, where the water flows between the baskets through it. I don't have that room, so I decided to use one big basket, place it in the middle in my air chamber, and let the water go through. If it only removes a little part of nitrates, then I'm happy with that. I know nitrate is not the worst in your water, and you can basically dilute it by having regular water changes and constant trickle in. But the less nitrate in the system, I think is the better. So give it a go. Why not? Okay. This is the basket I will be using. It's an old clothes washing basket. I'm just had it for years here in my shed, and it's the perfect size for that little chamber. I'll drilled holes in the bottom and the sides to make the water so you can go through it. And yeah, and this is the laterite, the gravel I got here. We've got plenty in our area of this gravel. This is what I will use as the laterite. And here in this bag I bought while I was up in Perth to pick my parents up. I bought this gravel. This zeolite gravel. I got it from a water garden center, and we'll see. It looks almost like laterite, but yeah, they say it's zeolite, and it comes in different colors. So some use caddy litter, that's what I got told. Saw on a couple YouTube videos they're basically using plain catty litter that's based on zeolite, but for some reason here in my area, Woolworths, Coles, and other supermarkets, they don't have catty litter made from zeolite. They have everything else, from paper pulp to other inorganic matter, but not zeolite. Okay. And yeah, because this basket, the holes are so big, I will put a bird netting in there that has much finer holes to line it with, and hopefully that works. Okay, show in a minute. Put you on a stand and let you take part how I fill it. Okay, I got the bird netting. I'm trying to line it. Put it in there. I need a couple of clamps. Okay, what I'll do is how they describe it is that the laterite should be in the center, and then on the outside is the zeolite. So I'm using these pipes. I put them in the bottom, and yeah, what I'll do is put the laterite in there, and then with the laterite in there, I'll fill the side with the zeolite, and then I'll pull the plastic out and do the next level. Just put it on pause for a second. Okay, I've got the laterite, and now to try to put it into the center pipe. Might do it with that little shovel. Okay, I'll pause here, and okay, I'll pause here. And when I got the first level done, I'll show you my progress. Okay, come back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've got the first layer done. So, see, it almost looks both the same color, but the reason is that our zeolite here, what I could purchase, it has this reddish color. I mean, a lot of other zeolites are maybe greenish or whitish, grayish color. So I have to trust the company itself that it's zeolite, but I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, pull this pipe out and leave it on top, and then put the next level in, and I'll come back to you when I've done that level. Okay, now the second layer is done. The zeolite and the laterite are in. We'll now cut the bird netting off on the top, and I will cover this with a thin layer of white quartz gravel I got here. I saw some people do it just so it doesn't get disturbed from the top. I'm not sure if it's necessary. I just do it. Can't harm. At least that's what I think. So, and then yeah, I have to give it a good rinse too with the hose. Rinse it out, get all the fine dust out of these gravels. Yeah, I'll come back to you with that next part when I rinse it out, and yeah, see you then. Hey, and look guys, who is here? Our little Siberian Husky, Neo. Hey, today he wants to inspect my work. He's a good fella. Probably the most laziest dog in the world. That's why it's quite a surprise. He's in the shed here with me. Just showed up. Hey Neo. Can you say something, Jen? You don't want to talk? No? Oh well. Now you guys have met Neo, our husky. Okay, so decided I'll wash the gravel first before I put the quartz on. So let's see if I can do that with the camera in my hand. At least I'll give it a go. So, because I don't want to place this into the filter and then have a nice red tinge in the pond later on. I don't know. Interesting thing is, well, I don't know where this smell comes from. Someone maybe on YouTube can explain it to me, but that zeolite had a very interesting smell, almost like dishwashing liquid or something similar. Yeah, I know it removes odors out of the air. So yeah, if someone knows anything about zeolite, let me know. Always happy to learn. Okay, I've put you on a pause. I don't want to bore you. That's 20 minutes of washing this gravel. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. It's all washed, and I covered the top layer with a thin layer of quartz gravel. I let it dry a bit to make it a bit easier to move tomorrow. Tomorrow morning or afternoon I will put it into the air chamber, and we'll see how this works. I'll try to put a link up about this Anoxic filtration system. I'm not that computer savvy, so it might not work, but I'll give it a good go putting this link up. There's always Google I can ask. Google has the answer most of the time. Okay, see you tomorrow when I put it into the filter chamber. Thank you so far. I thought before I leave here, we're putting the filter basket in tomorrow. I'll give you a quick look at the kois. They're doing fine, and after all these cold temperatures we had last week, the pond temperature has come back above the 10 degree. We have almost 12 degree in the pond, and it's quite surprising how quick these koi like eating again. Because last week when they got their once a day feed, it took them a long time to touch it, and I was really considering just turn it off. But today I watched them and they were just going for it like they were starving. Probably were starving after a week of not much feed. Yeah, they're doing fine. I'm quite happy with the water. It's coming. Water quality is good. The yellow tinge, as you can see, is still in the bottom there, and I will give it a go with what one of the YouTubers commented other day. Randall is his name. I hope I pronounce it correctly. He said he solved this yellow tinge with a protein skimmer he put into his flow filter. So I had a look into it and I'll give it a go. Another experiment I love doing. Yeah, we'll see. In a couple of weeks' time I might show you my design of a protein filter or skimmer. Sorry, skimmer. Okay, see you tomorrow. And look at this bugger. I don't know if he thinks it's his duty to guard our chickens, those 3 chooks we have there, or he envisions in his mind 3 nice roasts on a spit. You have to love dogs. Oh, funny. Hey Neo, are you guarding them, or are you trying to roast them for your dinner? Oh, dogs. You have to love them. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. Putting the Anoxic basket into the filter chamber, and I just prepared a little thing in the chamber. It's just 2 little. I'll show you. I'll turn you around. I don't know if it comes clear all the way. I'll put 2 little pipes down there so that I keep a distance to the bottom of the basket so the water can freely move above and underneath the basket and around the basket, because the entire idea behind it is that the water is not getting forced through the basket. It just goes slowly, steadily through, and that way it can't block up. So everything I learned is that these baskets, they can stay in the system for almost indefinitely. 10 years is not unheard of, and they don't clog up and don't put any anaerobic bacteria in there, as long as it's all correctly done. Okay, just pause you for a second and cross your fingers for me, lifting this heavy basket into the chamber. It could be fun to watch. Okay, the basket is in. Yeah, pretty heavy, as you could see, and yeah, a little bit of fine dust came out. It's already settling. So yeah, I'm pretty heavy. The basket fits perfectly into the chamber and will not restrict the flow of the water. The water can flow nice and steady around it, underneath and above. So we'll see in the next in summer let's say in summer we'll see if it helps anything with the nitrates, but at least it will not harm the fish. It can only help when there's only minimal help. Okay, we'll do a water testing to see the water parameters, how they know, and then over the next few months if you can see little changes. Come back to you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've done all the tests. I'm now waiting the 5 minutes till it all finishes up, the test tubes, and we'll wait. So my bottom drain, the aerated bottom drains have come on. I don't think I filmed that, but my aerated bottom drains only come on for 2 hours during the day, and then at night time they're on for 5 hours. Because I have all that aeration in the filter area, I try to avoid the bottom drains to come on all the time and disturb the view of the fish. And if I would do another pond, and I will do one again, I wouldn't have aerated bottom drains. I'll skim and just do the plain simple normal bottom drains and have an air curtain in the pond on one of the walls facing on the side where the flow is going. So yeah, my little waterfall I built a couple of weeks ago, it's running. That's not from any filtration, it's only a little pump in the pond, just giving a little water feature here. Has nothing to do with filtration or anything, it's just a decorative thing. And I think I need a little bigger pump to give a bit more water so it can hear something. But otherwise not, I'm quite happy with the outcome. Okay, well, let's have a look. First test tube should be ready by now. Put you on the table. I did the KH already. The KH is 9 degrees, the pH is 8, so I have very hard water here. The source is 11 degrees normally, but I don't mind. My fish doing fine, I have no issues. And the higher KH, that prevents me having pH crashes in summer. Okay, what is the nitrate level? I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, it's basically 0, or probably a little bit, there's always something in there, but yeah, it shows on the test 0. That's normal here with my filter. I only had nitrate in the water in the beginning of my filters. As soon they run in, because of the size of the filter, I assume it does. It doesn't happen. Okay, now the ammonia, same thing. It's almost 0, somewhere a little bit elevated. That's okay. I had a little feed this morning too. Ammonia is somewhere, let's say 0 to 0.25 ppm. And yes, I'll still do it on paper. I have a huge list since I started being a bit more serious about this hobby. I write it all down, have it on paper. Eventually I will all have a little spreadsheet on my iPad, and then we'll see. Okay, the nitrate, yep, it's ready. And that's always, yeah, let's say between 40 and 80, maybe I would say more 40 ppm. I know that some people say the nitrate is not important, and I might agree with it. I'm not an expert. Look, I'm not a chemist, I'm not a biologist. Most people say in the past never check nitrates. It's only ammonia, nitrates, pH, KH, GH, phosphate. That's one another test I need to get. I always forget to get me that phosphate test. I'm quite curious. But I just, it's in the box, I'll test it, and I put this Anoxic basket in, or biocenosis basket in, just as an experiment. I like to see if what the people on the internet and on YouTube saying about these baskets, if it's really true, and it gets the nitrate levels down, as well as promoting certain better health in your pond and aquariums, that promotes a stronger immune system for the fish. That's what some of them say, and I'm a sucker or a geek, who knows, for all doing experiments and trying to find out if it's true, as long as it doesn't harm my animals, my fish, dogs, whatever animals. We have a few animals here. It's all good. And even other things that for DIY projects, I like to experiment. It's just my nature. So we'll see in the next few months if this Anoxic basket, it will work. Well, at least it will not harm. Zeolite is very good for cleaning water, so one way or another it will help. If it helps in the nitrate levels, who knows. Okay, that's from me for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you like it, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time. And one last thing I forgot to mention in the previous clips is this biocenosis or Anoxic filter basket. It takes a while to establish. What I found out on the web, on YouTube, is they say about 30 to 45 days it takes for the bacteria to establish, to start working. So it's not a quick process where you dump it in and then after a week it's up and running. So it's a slow process. It's just one thing I forgot to mention. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you again.